Hey YouTube and hey gamers! Alright, so there's probably a lot of games out there that you've played and you sat there, you played like a mission and you said, dang, this would make a really great movie. But there's so many to choose from. But let's find out which games may make the best movies of all time. I'm Dave Waffle and this is I.O. Game Time. So I want to know, if you could actually live inside any game like its universe, what game would it be? Let me know down there in the comments below. Alright, so a lot of people will say things like Zelda and of course the Mario Brothers movie, but I don't think these kind of games would be, well, sufficient enough to make a huge movie. But let's cross the first two off the list. We're talking about Halo and Mass Effect. Now, I'm picking both of these because, well, they're really good stories and they have fantastic universes filled with planets, filled with many different characters, and great challenges. Both series have a constant theme of hope and fighting against oppression and survival. Now for Halo, it borrowed a lot from the movies Aliens and Starship Troopers, and we kind of had a discussion here at I.O. Game Time of what maybe you guys would like to see. Because so many people are like, well, would the Spartans be what we want to see? Do you want to see the ODSTs, the Marines? Well, we said for sure it definitely has to be based off of the first game. Otherwise, the name Halo, without the Halo ring, wouldn't make any sense. We did come to the conclusion that maybe it should be focused on the ODSTs or the Marines. Why? Because, well, they're more relatable characters. They have some weaknesses. And personally honest, I would rather see the Spartans from the original trilogy because they don't seem to be practically invincible like the new ones that 343 is making. Now, for Mass Effect, it has tons of characters, and its story is, well, really out there. But what I like about Mass Effect over Halo is you can have alternate endings, and you can have them shown in different theaters, kind of like that movie Clue. The only movie that I could relate these two games to would be Star Wars. In all three franchises, in their first installment, they end up defeating a terrible installation or killing a villain. But then all three franchises end with the allure of a universe that's only been tasted. Speaking about Star Wars, let's just go with Knights of the Old Republic. I wouldn't say maybe we should do a movie based on the game, but definitely before the Galactic Civil War. Because Disney's doing movies on this, and I would like to see what happened in the universe thousands of years before Luke came in. Moving right along, we're going to talk about Bioshock. I think this would make an amazing film. Unlike most video games which would make a great movie, a lot of them are all focused around action, but Bioshock not necessarily. This game I feel would make a really good thriller. Especially the first game where you're running around Rapture trying to figure out what's going on, collecting weapons, and being introduced to all these weird augmentations that your body goes through. Now what about the Fallout franchise? When I think of a movie of this, I immediately go to a weird alternate version of Mad Max. Because both are set in a post-apocalyptic universe, but what would make this different from Mad Max is they have their own sort of rules, and you get the introduction of radiation. Mad Max doesn't really have stuff like that. And if you don't think Fallout could make a great movie, well, I could see it as a good television show. Now I'm going to jam these two together. We're going to talk about Elder Scrolls and God of War. Both would make a great movie franchise. Same thing, just like Halo and Mass Effect, the universe is expansive. Because, you know, you get to fight giant creatures that, you know, you don't normally see. Both would make a great fantasy. However, I'm leaning a little bit more towards God of War. This is because we've seen so many movies based off of European mythology. Like, we've seen A Million Dragons, we've seen orcs before, but God of War, it's different. It's a dystopian fantasy with Greek mythology. I'm gonna also throw in Sam and Max, only because, well, Deadpool is gonna be an awesome film. Marvel's doing finally an adult, like, comedy-based superhero movie. So maybe Pixar could do an adult, like, you know, CGI film. And what better than Sam and Max, right?
Boy, Grandpa Stinky, I sure am glad to see you back working in this diner again after returning from a long time away to work with your granddaughter, who's also coincidentally named Stinky.
Was all that really necessary?
Sorry, Max is all short-term memory. I have to bring him back up to speed every once in a while.
Ah! Giant talking dog!
And then there's Uncharted. Now I was a little iffy on this because I feel the movie would be a little similar to Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, and let's not forget National Treasure. However, the character is likable, he's funny, and he's rugged. So who knows, maybe it will get made into a film, I don't know.
What happened to you two? We've been trying to reach you for over 24 hours.
Oh, right, I need to top up my minutes.
You're using a prepaid phone?
Mate, those contracts are a complete rip-off.
Speaking about rugged character, let's pick Metal Gear. A great spy thriller where you're always guessing who is betraying who. The only downside to this franchise that I could see is how you'd have to explain how villains like Vamp and Psycho Mantis have all these powers. That could be rather confusing for an audience member. But last but not least, I wanted to pick one that's coming way out of left field, Mechwarrior. Now this is not a huge game franchise like Call of Duty or even Halo itself. But however, this series has an amazing backstory. There's even been books written on it. It's got a complex universe where there's multiple clans fighting each other. And if it doesn't make a movie, well, if they want to fork out the cash on CGI, I could see it as a Game of Thrones space HBO series. Anyways guys, that is our picks for you guys here. If you liked some of them, let us know which movie you would like to see out of the ones I just listed. If you have any other ideas of what you would like to see, let us know down there in the comments below. So thanks for watching guys. If this is your first time here at IO Game Time, be sure to hit that subscribe button and check out all of our other videos. A lot of them are pretty fun. But thanks for watching. My name is Dave Wapple, and see you guys out there in the digital universe.